Now with more on the news at 10. I'm Apapa.
Hello, Amarachi. As President Muhammadu Buhari gets inaugurated to run the affairs of the country for another 4 years, Nigerians have been speaking on the expectations in all sectors, ranging from security, economy, health, amongst others. A professor of law, Akinwumi Bode, believes more efforts should be put into creating new strategies, tactics, and recruitment to tackle insecurity.
It's a very complex situation. It's not a one-shot affair. The momentum should be sustained. And those of us who were happy that General Buhari came to power remember this antecedent with Maitasini and having commanded almost all the divisions within the Nigerian army. We thought he was the man for the job. But from the past 4 years, either he was overrated or the problem has changed form and requires new tactics. As some people have said, that maybe the security architecture of Nigeria needs to be looked at a second time.
Meanwhile, another professor of criminology, Paul Omaji, believes distributive justice is necessary to fight crime and reduce the rate of unemployment.
Banditry and kidnapping, they will tell you they are entrepreneurial. Okay, when they were sitting at home or on the streets begging, how much money do they get? But with one AK-47, they can go and make millions from ransom. So that is entrepreneurship in their own definition. So we need to really get back to more fundamental issues. And it's about distributive justice. It's about making sure that we harness all the components of our society and use them for the creation of national wealth, and then at the same time have a distributive mechanism that will ensure that no one is deprived of the benefits that come from productivity in the country.
Also, a member of the Presidential Council on the Ease of Doing Business is of the opinion that instead of investing so much in subsidy, more funds should be put into infrastructure development to impact the well-being of citizens. Tackle insecurity, include Nigerians abroad in policy formulation and implementation. These are some of the suggestions from Nigerians in Southern Africa as President Buhari begins his second term in office. Our South Africa Bureau Chief, Betty Dibia, compiled some of the views of some Nigerians in South Africa and Zimbabwe who also wish the president the best. Here's a report.
Since most of the Nigerians living outside the country couldn't go home to vote, all they could do was pray during the elections.
As President of the Federal Republic,
now that President Muhammadu Buhari has been sworn in for a second term, the hope is for an even better term than the first.
We need Nigeria to move forward. We need everybody to be at its best. Only peace and security can guarantee that.
My expectation is really to have someone deliver our nation so that we can proudly go back home.
At a recent visit to deliver medical relief to Zimbabwe, Nigeria's Foreign Affairs Minister at the time, Mr. Geoffrey Onyama, met with the Nigerian community in the country, in Harare. They had a list of things they would like to see done in the country and for Nigerian citizens around the world.
We want to know how soon, come 2023, will diasporas be able to vote. We cannot claim for 1 second that everything is now perfect or that we're doing everything perfectly. But I think there's one thing that also Mr. President promotes is full engagement and open and transparent engagement with Nigerians everywhere. That's how we can improve.
so help me God.
Added to the list of requests and demands is, of course, well wishes for the new administration to excel for the good of the nation.
I wish that we move forward and not backwards. And I wish the president the best of luck because I know he's interested in making Nigeria what it should be for ordinary Nigerians.
And ordinary and non-ordinary Nigerians alike, armed with hope, look to the president to lead them through the nation's current challenges to a much better place. From Johannesburg, South Africa, Betty Dibia, Channels Television News.
And while elected public officials were sworn in across the country today, some human rights activists gathered at the Gani Freedom Park in Lagos, asking the government to end the killings, kidnapping and other human rights violations. Human rights lawyer Femi Falana says there will be another Occupy Nigeria if the government fails to end the killings in the country. Occupy Nigeria was a socio-political protest held in 2012 in response to the fuel subsidy removal by the federal government. And that's all from Abuja. It's back to you, Amarachi.
Thanks, Maupe. We'll kick it off now to Anne Wawodo for some business news.
You first. First Bank.
Thank you, Amarachi. Now to more news. Mobile telecoms giant MTN Nigeria PLC is expected to pay the sum of 55 billion naira to the federal government, which is the final balance of the SIM registration fine on Friday, May the 31st. The fine was officially put at 1.04 trillion naira after the mobile telecoms operator flouted some of the country's SIM registration rules, but was reduced to 330 billion naira in October 2015 by regulatory authorities. MTN began the settlement structure with a payment of 30 billion naira into NCC's Treasury single account with the central bank back in 2016, following an agreement that the balance of 280 billion naira will be made by the company in 6 tranches. MTN says it has so far paid 275 billion naira, in addition to the goodwill payment of 50 billion naira earlier made to the federal government. And now Ammasco Lubricant International Limited has signed a memorandum of understanding with Nigerian Automobile Technicians Association as part of efforts to further strengthen its reach in Nigeria and the rest of Africa. The company, which was recently ranked the second most reliable lubricants producer in Nigeria by the American Petroleum Institute, has over 2,000 workers across the country. It also has completed arrangements to commence export of lubricants beyond African borders.
Incorporated in 1997 to carry on the business of blending of lubricants and other petroleum and allied products, Ammasco International Limited has evolved to be one of Nigeria's biggest and fastest growing independent lubricant blending companies with the production of reliable and durable automobile lubricants. In order to reiterate its commitment to service delivery, Ammasco gathered members of the Nigeria Automobile Technicians Association, NATA, to sign a memorandum of understanding which gives Ammasco the right to produce customized oil lubricant for NATA and the country, consolidating its place as a trusted lubricant brand in Nigeria.
If there is no quality, even if you are going to give us free of charge, we are not going to use it to our customers because it will spoil our job. But having been with Ammasco, as you have heard, this is not the first, this is not the second, this is the third renewal of the MOU between Ammasco and Nigeria Automobile Technician Association, NATA.
We choose Ammasco in part of the lubricant is that because of their honest, handy, and the quality of the product. This is why we choose Ammasco, because we are moving together since at least 17 years ago.
According to the chairman of Ammasco International, the company does not compromise standard and quality of their products, which informed the recognition by the American Petroleum Institute.
We make use of the best additives, that means the chemical. We make use of the best raw materials for engine oil, and all our raw materials we use the best and standard and we follow the standard.
In the coming weeks, Ammasco International intends to engage more youth in all parts of the country with a view to providing jobs and to further expand its production across Africa and beyond.
Nigeria's stock market is closed for the presidential inauguration today, but U.S. stock markets have ended midweek trading session broadly lower over an hour ago on concerns of a possible trade retaliation from China. Meanwhile, fear of a global economic slowdown have also taken its toll on other major world markets. Let's see the figures for today. With those numbers, we end business news for tonight. Thank you for watching. I'm Anne Nwaudu. It's back to you, Amarachi.
You First. First Bank.
Thanks, Anne. The 72-hour presidential ultimatum given to trucks to vacate municipal roads and highways in Lagos may have expired, but the committee set up to enforce the order continues to work to restore sanity. While a lot of improvement has been seen around the Eko Bridge, Ijora, Orile, Eric Moore and Apapa axis, there appears to be a big task awaiting the committee. The Mile 2 axis into the Tin Can port area also needs attention owing to a broken highway. Meanwhile, a member of the Presidential Task Force on the Restoration of Law and Order in Apapa, Mr. Kayode Okpeifa, has given assurance that the Tin Can Island axis will also be treated with the same urgency. And Ethiopian Airlines passenger aircraft Boeing 777-300 conveying former President Olusegun Obasanjo and 393 other passengers today experienced some difficulty in landing at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport today. The flight from Addis Ababa to Lagos had misapproached the runway due to bad weather and had to take the air again to position properly for landing. This incident has been confirmed in a statement from the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, which adds that aircraft eventually landed safely about 15 minutes later after hovering for some time. Still ahead on the news at 10, Chelsea beat Arsenal to win the UEFA Europa League.